All right, NAACP, I am the newly suspended president as of, what was that thing, June 20th. I'm not quite sure why. We've done a very good job here. The community is very much in support. The NAACP, by their posture to suspend me, was on a nebulous rule violation with no specifics, just saying you violated policies and procedures of the NAACP. They're requesting that I respond to that. I'm not sure how to respond to that because they gave me absolutely no specifics of what you have done. I think I understand why I got arrested from BPD and then Mayor Poston, Commissioner Poston. They didn't want this exposed, so I got arrested. We figured that part out. Why the NAACP pulled back, we believe it can only be one reason, fundraising. It appears that the loyalty to the neighborhood communities, even when they find very compelling evidence and surefire evidence of racist policing, of lying during an investigation, and all the things that we're supposed to be targeting, we're not sure why they pulled me. I did have some concerns with the branch and the NAACP with its lack of support for its local branches. There has been a real lack of support here. We pay a lot of monies in fees and assessments, but when it comes to the support from the NAACP, it's been very poor. We believe we have a problem with the state leadership here in the state. They're pretty much, in my opinion, a do-nothing bunch. We've got real issues in these communities and real problems in these communities that need to be addressed. We see racism on the increase, not on the decline in the United States. Now, we've got an organization right now that is not supporting us. They have not said why they supported us. They tried to pull me off of this in the beginning. They sent me a cease and desist letter in the beginning. I basically tore it up on camera because I didn't go to the NAACP with the problem. The problem was in defense of my daughter in our home, and I don't need anyone's permission to defend my daughter and defend my family.
Who was that first letter from?
It was from Adora Nweezy.
Okay.
She is the Florida State Conference president of the NAACP. She sent me a cease and desist letter to ask me to stop all proceedings with law enforcement here, and I kept going. I kept going because I was not acting as the president of the NAACP. I was acting as myself, a private citizen, exercising my First Amendment constitutional right and my rights to pursue and protect my daughter and protect my neighborhood and protect my family. And I don't need the NAACP's permission to do that, and I don't think anyone does. The NAACP has a problem. I've talked to several of their current presidents and many of their former presidents, and all of them had what they call censorship issues. Where the NAACP is so sluggish in its policies and procedures and practices that you can't possibly do anything in real time. It takes forever to get a decision made. Sometimes you don't get communications back. So we just refuse to fundraise for someone that doesn't support. So I'm actually helping to establish a boycott of the next Freedom Fund banquet until we get answers from the NAACP. I will be advising my communities not to support any organization that does not support them. And so we'll be boycotting that banquet until we get some answers. So we're going to be paying our money and paying our memberships and paying our fees. We want some work out of the NAACP, and we're going to try to ensure that they get very little out of the community until they meet their mission, which is to fight for the civil rights of all people.